Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Some days back, the lead counsel to Master Nnamdi Kanu, that's Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had called out or corrected an impression that was going viral over, according to the information, over the fraudulent transaction that took place some many years ago, about a decade or so, over a decade ago, of a transaction he did, according to the documentations that went viral, that he fraudulently obtained a document and sold a property which was falsely done. Fast forward, Ifeanyi Ejiofor had to make a public declaration and also reported the case to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Well, as we speak right now, it looks like the people, the faces behind what happened, or the faces behind the allegation and documentations, is beginning to be is now unveiled. And this is what IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, has decided to do over the whole scenario, both for Ifeanyi Ejiofor and against whoever it is that is behind the whole saga, the whole scenario. Before we do so, before we go into the news proper, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly hit the news. I said the Indigenous People of Biafra, that's IPOB, as at Wednesday, said Emeka Ogwuanyi, the lawyer that alleged that Ifeanyi Ejiofor, counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, committed fraud, is playing with liquid fire. The IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra's threat, is contained in a release by a spokesman, Imal Powerful. Ogwuanyi had claimed that Ejiofor had involved in a fraudulent land business, which could send him to jail. Ejiofor had since debunked the allegations, vowing to take the matter up. The statement reads, and I quote, "We know the mission of this Judas," they called him a Judas, "who has been hired by the enemies of our struggle to distract our honorable legal representative. But his mission is dead on arrival." I'm quoting him still. So we wish to put it to this irritant that he cannot succeed in his evil mission by writing fiction against our most respected lawyer. Emeka Ogwuanyi is a disbarred lawyer, both in the United States of America, USA, and Nigeria, hence cannot practice as a lawyer anymore. But being a career criminal that he is still living in his fool's paradise. Emeka Ogwuanyi is aware that the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, can never hire him no matter how much he schemes. The Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, only goes for the erudites, tried and trusted legal luminaries. Hence, there is no place for urchins in this great movement. Emeka Ogwuanyi should know that he is playing with liquid fire with the way he is going. We demand that he immediately desist from making further derogatory remarks against our lead counsel and retrace his steps, as the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, will not tolerate any further distraction to our hardworking lawyer so he can concentrate on his job. A lot of people have reacted to this. To start with, when this whole thing began, a lot of documents came on, proofs of documentation of what happened. Of course, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, having known where it is heading, had to make a public, a release over the matter. And from all indication, when he said he was going to take up the matter, it's only common sense without being told. Let's leave sentiment now. If you are heading towards a particular thing and someone quickly gets your attention to just do something else, opposite the route you're moving. It's just a matter of time. It has successfully distracted you. The miles and the distances you would have covered moving forward, the person has successfully slowed your pace and probably totally distract you, because while he is trying to attend to that case or trying to go to go through legal means to see I can sort his name and all that, he's getting distracted because this particular time, yes, right now the likes of Michael Ozohome has taken charge of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, but don't forget that Michael Ozohome may likely also depend on Ifeanyi Ejiofor on some likely details which Ifeanyi Ejiofor has been handling years before Michael Ozohome came to the scene as the lead counsel now for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this case. So there's some nitty-gritty documentations that Ifeanyi Ejiofor may need to still provide. Basically, where did you post them? Were you able to do this? Were you able to do that? That if he gets distracted over this issue about his personal life, it's just a matter of time. He may not give 101% like he does to this case. Yes, he may not be lead counsel anymore right now, but it doesn't take the fact that also his input matters a great deal. Having been the lead counsel for a long while, even if you're going to do handover notes, there's always before the next person takes over, there's always what we call handover notes. You tell the person, this is where I stopped in this is where we're supposed to do this is where we stop. In every step of the way, in every department, every step, every section, you explain where you have stopped and what is expected of you and what you need to do to move forward and what is remaining to get it achieved. So that requires still carrying Michael Ozohome along. Okay, he may be the lead counsel now, but Ifeanyi Ejiofor is really running things around to make it done. So if he's distracted, it's just commonsensically that this case also will be distracted. And hence, when he discussed the issue with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, can I imagine why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu felt so bad? Now, people will say this distraction, this, but if you check very well, is it still President Muhammad Buhari that is distracting this whole thing? It's still, somebody from within. Okay, so personal opinion now, I would have said this whole distraction, whatever it is, because when this whole thing came out the first time, I asked the question, why now? That case has been for years. No one mentioned it. No one thought about it. No one even brought out the case. No one talked about the documentation behind it. Then at the nick of the whole thing, where people are trying to dot their I's and cross their T's and see where they will put the commas and punctuation marks where necessary, and this case coming to someone who is the one, so to speak, holding the backbone of the case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ezeome may be the lead counsel right now, but he doesn't have the past details that Ifeanyi Ejiofor has as of now. So distracting Ifeanyi Ejiofor is like distracting the whole game plan. Well, from all indication, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having noticed that distraction right now is not going to be a good one, even for him, for the movement, for the legal counsel and all that. He had to say, look, I know how you're feeling, but can you not just get distracted? Refuse to get distracted. And he gave his order. Of course, if I am the indigenous people of Biafra, that's IPOB in my path have decided to take it up to this time around, point out names and direct the accusation to someone. I don't know how through this is when it comes to the issue of the Ogwani guy being behind this whole thing. He has not made a disclaimer. He has also not rejected. He has also not accepted. But either which way, they're just saying whoever that is behind it should please stop, so that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case can move ahead without distractions. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this?